Jaco's on his way. He'll be with us in just a couple of minutes for an interview. So please stay with us on Fusion. We have Jaco with us. He will be on in just a couple of seconds. Made it safe and sound. We'll be speaking with the world's greatest electric bassist, Jaco Pastorius. Coming up, Jaco Pastorius. Who else we got here? Peter Erskine, Joseph Zavino,
and Wayne Shorter.
Wayne Shorter. Jaco, it's great to have you back at the LRN studios.
Nice to be home.
Hey, man, you're home. Miami.
Hey, Miami, baby.
Ow. So, what's new, Blue? Haven't seen you in probably a year.
Well, I got twin sons now.
Oh, tell me about your twin sons.
They're big.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're out of sight.
Bounteous.
Yeah, you dig.
You gonna get them on an instrument in a couple of months?
They already are in.
I believe it. Percussion at least.
No, one's a singer, one's a drummer.
Vocalizing?
Oh, yeah. You hear that jet going over?
Yeah, man.
Sounds like Felix's voice.
What are their names?
Julius and Felix.
Oh, that's nice. No moon unit or...
You got it. You got that out stuff.
Felix.
Uh-huh.
Jaco, you're going to be doing a great thing for Pace coming up on the 25th of September. You're going to be performing during their 8th birthday. We're all very excited about that, and you're pointing to something. And LRN is co-sponsoring, man. It is going to be a fantastic night at the Gusman Cultural Center downtown.
Yeah, man.
You looking forward to it?
I'll be there. I'm playing with the whole band, the whole orchestra.
Who?
The whole orchestra, my, word-of-mouth orchestra. Excuse me, I just got in case, we had a little repercussions with the local, police.
Local affiliates downstairs
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough getting to this station, man. You're not exactly, in suburbia down here.
No, we actually are in a very strange part of the city, very funky part, but we love it, huh?
Well, they were nice to me.
They usually are. Hey, man, you're a regular guy. Huh? Except you got super long fingers and you can do strange things on electric basses. You brought your bass tonight.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I can plug in and play some real live stuff?
Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Well, we'll play something else first.
I'll try to rig up an amplifier somewhere, man. Get you
Okay.
through our studio monitors, maybe.
Solid.
I wish I had an acoustic 360 for you, but...
I don't need that. I can plug straight into here. Just give me a cord, I'll plug right into the board. That's what you do when you record records.
Yeah, right. All right, so tell me about the group you're going to bring for the Pace's birthday celebration, the 8th.
Well, I'm going to have Peter Graves Orchestra, of course.
Fantastic.
And it's going to be augmented by all local musicians except for myself, who is the most local. So I'll have Peter, of course, bass, trombone, and conducting. Myself on bass and various other instruments. I'll have George Mazzeo on drums, Kenny Falk, Brett Murphy, Melton Mustafa out front, sort of taking Randy's place, Randy Brecker, that is.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who's playing fourth trumpet right now. And I will have full trombone section with
Peter?
Peter, of course, on the bottom. I don't know who else he's got. I'm sure Russ will make it.
Mm-hmm.
And Randy Emmerich, of course, in the reed section, and the Bonsanti brothers.
Randy's something else.
Gary Lindsay, I'm sure, will be. All the lightweights will be in.
They got your number. Watch out.
And then 2 French horns.
Yeah.
And
Peter Gordon?
No, Peter Gordon's in New York.
He's back up in New York?
Yeah, we just got back from Japan a couple days ago.
Oh.
So
they ate you up in Japan.
Well, Peter was there, and so was Randy Emmerich, from the local scene. Mm-hmm. And Otello was, of course, there. Otello will be on the show in Miami, too.
Great.
So, it'll definitely be a Florida show for Pace.
Oh, man, I can't wait. It's going to be ripping down the halls of that beautiful old theater, I bet. Huh?
Well, let's rip it down twice.
All right.
2 shows, you dig?
Yeah. Fantastic. This is the 8th birthday party of Pace. Pace is a fantastic organization. They've been in town for about 8 years.
How much does it cost to get in there? Because I know my mom's going to want to come.
Hey, she's a guest, man.
Hey, impossible. She's never been a guest to any of my concerts. She's too proud.
You got a sweet mom. You got a sweet mom. What a hip lady, I'm telling you. From the heart, man. From the heart. That was part of your inspiration, I'm sure, throughout your learning years, huh?
Mm-hmm. That in Liberty City and Miami and, where I grew up.
Tell me about Liberty City. You wrote a tune called Liberty City. Fantastic tune. You played in a lot of funk bands all over South Florida.
You name it. Little Beaver, you know.
Wayne Cochran?
Wayne Cochran, you name it. All the cats, you know. I've been playing bass since I'm 15 in South Florida, sneaking into clubs with fake IDs since I'm 15. Not that you should do that now because you'll get busted. Because there's too many computers now.
Too many big door guys, huh?
Oh, look out.
Bouncers. Well, we're talking once again about September 25th for the Pace 8th birthday party. It's going to be fantastic.
What time's the show, man?
8:30. That's your first one. You going to do 2?
Well, if possible, you know, I was asked to do 2, and if they sell enough advance tickets, we'll do 2 for sure.
Oh, I hope so. Pace has been bringing all of us free and live music for 8 years, and it's rare that an organization like that is found in a big city. You got the Jazzmobile service going on up in New York. Billy Taylor instituted that. I'm sure you got something happening in California, but
hey, Dig, let me put it this
far
way.
between.
Every time Weather Report has ever played in any major city, like in New York City, for instance, one day before the concert, there's like 500 tickets sold. The day of the concert, we do 2 shows, and the next day in like 4,000-seat auditoriums. That means we play 12,000 people from word of mouth.
Oh.
You know, because nobody ever believes till the last minute you're actually in town.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in town, and I ain't splitting. And I just played 25,000 people, Yokohama Stadium, 5 days ago.
Tell me more about Japan. That's an opening market for jazz, an exploding market for jazz.
It's a market for anything, you know, any good music. You know, they have everything down because they're just totally into culture. You know, they're into peace. That's the thing. You know, I played in Hiroshima for the first time about a week ago, and it's like a ghost town. It's very, you know, it just gave me a different feeling. I've been going to Japan for 8 years now, at least 2 or 3 times a year, but this is the first time I ever played Hiroshima, as we call it. And it was the day all the planets lined up, and it was a full moon.
Whoa!
And the typhoon was right off the coast. Boy, it was scary.
Watch out!
My 4th trumpet player was Forrest Butel, who's up at, you know, Cal State North, who's on the fail-safe team. You know, he's a nuclear physicist. He's my 4th trumpet player. He's, you know, I'm into the stuff.
The guy's got some nuclear soul, doesn't he?
Hey, he's been playing forever. You know, I first played with him with Blood, Sweat, and Tears Band at Bachelor's 3.
Yeah.
You know, so...
It's neat that you have risen to such a high rank in the jazz world, and you're kind enough to bring your friends with you. Bring your talented friends with you along the way. That's great.
Well, I gotta bring them. I owe them so much bread.
All right. I'll take that. All right, 1 show only so far. Now, you're talking about maybe a 2nd show, September the 25th for Pace 8th
Well, that's
birthday.
what Rod originally asked me to do, you know. And I've been planning on doing this for a long time. I could be right back out on tour right now.
Yeah.
So I'm here for one reason, and that's to play in Florida.
Yeah. Well, you appreciate what Pace is doing.
Hey, man, I always have.
We all do, sure. It's fantastic.
It's about time they even up with me. No.
No,
I'm kidding you.
No. That's a joke. That's a joke.
You know what I'm saying, Rod. Sorry, babe. Sorry, Ava. I mean, I didn't say anything.
But tickets are available at your local ticket outlets. You can call Pace for more information. Call your Bass ticket outlets in Dade and in Broward. Tickets are reasonable for this fundraising event for Pace, Performing Arts for Community and Education Incorporated. It's a great cause. It's going to be a fantastic night, September the 25th at Gusman downtown.
What does it cost, though? It doesn't say anything yet, huh?
No, don't worry. They'll find out. You guys are worth $30, $40, $50 a ticket.
Solid.
Yeah. Othello's coming with you. I love the work of Othello. Tell me about your producing Othello.
Yeah,
How's
we
it
have
coming?
an album that it's done. The album is done, which we did at Criteria in 3 days.
Yeah.
And it will probably be out before Christmas. Hopefully it'll be out because it's called Holiday for Pans. And we do Holiday for Strings by David Rose, all with a steel band. So it's pretty amazing. And we do a couple of Wayne Shorter tunes, a few of my new compositions, and it's something else.
Yeah. What degree of pans do you have on there?
Everything.
What scale? Everything?
I play bass pans from the lowest bass pans to Otello playing sopranino, you know, just like a string orchestra.
There've been a lot of releases with steel drums incorporated into the jazz idiom, but this will probably be a milestone in that you guys have dived in head first on that with the assortment of pans, with the great pans coming out of the factory you got up there in Fort Lauderdale.
It's handmade, everything.
Factory
you know.
with love.
Well, as a matter of fact, Yamaha in Japan wants to you know, because Leroy has the patent on this. You know, Leroy Williams, of course, who I'm talking about, and Yamaha in Japan is interested in actually now making these things, enlightening his thing up a little bit so he can explore newer things.
That's great. That's
so,
great.
We're not kidding around.
It took the musical instrument companies long enough, I think, didn't it? I'm surprised Latin Percussion didn't jump on it years ago.
Well, they have in a certain way, but the technology behind it is so amazing, which what Leroy has been into, you know.
How does Leroy tune his pans?
With hammers, that's it.
Well, circle of fifths.
It depends.
Several...
Every pan is different. You know, of course, the lead pan, which we call alto pan, which Tello plays, has got, it's chromatic. It's got all the notes.
Yeah.
And that's probably his toughest one because enharmonically they got to be around. In fact, I know that he just invented a new one going backwards, where the fit, it's all in fits going like this. It's pretty, so the intonation is purer. You know, because the one Tello uses, I know when you get up real high, you can hear it diminish like augmented chords. You know, and then eventually it gets into 13th chords, you know, if you're listening to the overtone series. And then like the second pans, you know, are like 2 whole tone scales, which is simple enough. Then the third, you know, third guitar pans are, you know, 3 diminished scales, 3 4-note scales, which is what Paulie plays, Paul Hormuller.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then the next one is bass pans, you know, like let's say tenor bass pans, which are a little shallower, and then I play bass pans, which are, and Leroy's getting them so that he can make them like maybe about 2 feet deep, which, you know, traditionally has been about 6 feet deep, though, you know, like adding on a couple of cans. It's, Leroy's got it.
We're speaking with Jaco Pastorius tonight, right in the middle of the live sides, and maybe we can get back on into little sounds before you have to scoot, huh? This is a well-known tune, Birdland.
This is live, by the way. It's Santa Monica Civic Center.
From the 830 Grammy-winning LP, Jaco Pastorius, Weather Report and Company, on the live sides on Fusion.